Hi, my name is Launders, and today we'll be looking at some of the fundamental mechanics you'll need to understand in order to be a successful climber in KreedZ mod. KZ or KreedZ mod was a really popular mod in 1.6 that challenged you to take your movement to the next level in order to make longer high jumps that got you to the timer at the end of the map. When I started playing CSGO, I noticed that the mod really wasn't as popular anymore, and that there was only one good server in North America that you could play on. But fortunately for us, House of Climb is a really good server, and so I'll leave the IP for you guys in the description below. So I think jumping right in, one of the first things you want to do is make sure you have the right settings. Jumping in KZ settings are really important. They're going to help you, especially when you're jumping for long periods of time or just making hard jumps in general. So going into our options, we're going to start with keyboard and mouse settings. So sensitivity. Right now my sensitivity is at 1.5. My DPI is at 800. I just switched from 400 to 800 and lowered my sensitivity from 3.0 to 1.5. But my jumping sensitivity is always higher than this. So this is already pretty good for in-game and stuff like that. But for jumping, or at least for extended bunny hops or doing really hard strafe jumps, a higher sensitivity is going to help you tremendously. So I'm going to bump that up to 3.09. And okay, so the next thing that we're going to change is your jump bind. So most people have jump as spacebar. That's the default one. That's the standard one. That's the one you're used to. For jumping and for consecutive bunny hops, the really only effective button to use, and it's not really a button, is the mouse wheel. If you have a really good mouse wheel, this is going to help you a lot. If you don't have a mouse wheel, I really don't know what that's like, so good luck to you. But what you're going to do is under escape, there's a tilde key, hit that, and you're going to type bind space M wheel up space plus jump. And then that's going to be your new jump. So now every time you scroll your mouse wheel up, you're going to jump. Um, as you learn to bunny hop, you're going to realize that I'm a really good person for telling you this because this is going to make your life a lot easier and you'll probably never go back. So now that we have our M wheel up bounded to jump, or jump bounded to M wheel up, and we have our sensitivity pretty high, we're all set to bunny hop, we're all set to strafe, we're all set to have a good time. So let's jump right in. So what I'm looking at right now is a timer and then all of the obstacles that we're going to have to go through. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the timer. Okay, so now the first jump that we're going to have to do, and we see this guy, he's trying to jump at it, but he's jumping and then crouching. That's not going to work. What you need to do is crouch and then jump. I guess he figured it out. So we're going to do that again, and that's going to get us up here. Now you hit the checkpoint by pressing 1 in the save. So on the server, what you want to type is exclamation CP menu, and that's going to bring you this menu that enables you to save, teleport back, previous save, next save, and undo teleport. All of them are going to be useful at one point or another, so it's good to learn them. So I'm going to save one more time just because I'm really paranoid that my saves don't save, and I'm going to make this jump. This is a pretty straightforward jump that I just did. You can pretty much straight jump that, that's no problem. So we're going to go through a couple more of these. No problem, no problem. That's easy. For these ones that you don't, that you're gonna jump, that you're gonna over jump, what I do is I jump and then I press back and that just stops. That was cutting it close, but still made it, so no problem. Okay, I see there I messed up, I fell off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go teleport back, and look, I didn't save, so now I'm all the way back here. Guess I should have been more paranoid.
Bitch.
Okay, now here I have to do this again. So I can't do that by jumping and then crouch just like I did in the first two jumps. I have to crouch and then jump. Um, Here we go. That's another regular jump. Now this jump is just like the last one. You got to crouch and then jump, but since there's a distance between you, you also got to make sure you're making the most of your real estate. So I'm gonna jump and then crouch. I'm gonna mess up, and I'm gonna get it. And so that's all you have to do. It might take a couple tries, but don't get frustrated. This game is all about frustration, or this mod is all about frustration. At the end of the day, it's really challenging, but it's also rewarding. So hopefully you'll learn to love it. Here's a little strafe jump. This is one of the main things that you guys are going to have to learn, and that is that when you jump, in order to turn in the air properly, you have to let go of forward. So That's me jumping and just holding A to turn left. If I wanted to jump and turn while pressing forward, this is what it would look like. I'd have to turn my mouse all the way around in order to get any curvature and make that jump. If I let go forward when I'm pressing A, it makes it really easy. Now that guy's trying to figure out how the hell I just did that. 220 right here. That shows you the distance of the jump in units. That's universal. That's just how the game is, and so this guy's asking me a question, and I'm gonna give him the textbook answer. So this 220 jump, it's fairly far, but it's straight jumpable just like he did. So I'm gonna give that a shot. Okay, and I did it. That's possible to do straight jumping. If you want to make it 100% of the time and you're not really good at strafe jumping, or you tend to fall off a lot when you try to jump at the edge, you can strafe. Oh, you can strafe. Yeah. So when you strafe like that, it makes it much easier to hit every single time. How you strafe is just like it was in every other CS iteration, but if you've never learned how to strafe, it is really important to do that. And you do that by synchronizing your mouse with your keyboard movement. So if I'm moving left with my keyboard, I have to move left with my mouse. And then if I'm moving right with my keyboard, I want to move right with my mouse. You can strafe simply by going once left, and that gives you a little boost, or you want to go back and forth, and that's usually a standard jump. Go right, left, and that's going to give you a little bit of distance to make those jumps really easily. Okay, so now we have a ceiling jump. This is kind of weird. It's just, I guess, abuse of the game, because if I go right to the edge of this jump, see, there's still a wall, and then I can't do it. So, but I can still make that jump, and that's by making the most of my real estate and jumping at the very last second. So I'm going to try to do this right now. See, and I just did it. So what I did there is I just jumped very late, and when you jump very late, you can avoid that ceiling. That's pretty straightforward. It's just a little trick, and some of the jumps are going to be like that, and that's how you do them. Okay, so now we have a couple of long jumps. These are all straight jumpable as well, though you can strafe them or you can bunny hop them. For the sake of this tutorial, I think I'm going to straight jump that one, and then I'm going to bunny hop this one. Let's see, this one you can't straight jump, but I believe just strafing is the only way to do it. But if we wanted to bunny hop it, I'm going to show you a bunny hop. Okay, so what I do is, again, making the most of your real estate. Right here on the left, there's my speed. See, my speed's at 250 when I'm running straight, and for a couple of seconds. You want to have 250 feet speed before you take off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run straight, and then hop off this corner. So air strafe like that, and then when I land, I want to jump the other way. So press D and move my mouse right, and also jump right when I hit the edge. And that's going to give me a little speed boost, or a big speed boost actually. You can make most jumps with this bunny hop, but you're going to have to try it a couple times. And eventually, oh, sorry, my game is moving really slow. You're going to hit it jumping. So you hit the timer at the end. My personal record was 3 minutes and 16 seconds. That was a 10-minute run. After you start completing maps, which will be your first goal, you're going to want to start beating your times, and that's when it gets really exciting. You can get into the top climbers. Let's see, I did 3 minutes, 16 seconds, and that's not even near the 1 minute and 34 seconds and 0 teleports that Unt did. So that's really cool, and it gives you some more incentive to come back to the map, to keep trying new things, and have some more fun with KreedZ. So I hope you guys learned something, and stay tuned for more tutorials. Thanks a lot.